What is going on, E Nation fans? This is the Impress 48 here, and welcome back to another diecast video in this channel. And today I got something very special that I ordered on eBay on Tuesday, and it came here today. 3 days of waiting, and very special. I got myself a box, a literal box, just a box, nothing special. I'm kidding. I know that was a bad joke, but it is something special, of course. If you guys are wondering what it is, well, I know you saw the title, but still, you're like, what is it? Well, let's go to the next transition. So, this is the box. I didn't even know it was gonna be, it won't see the whole thing on the diecast setup thing. Man, bad start to the video. Anyway, so what we have here is the 2001 Hendrick Motorsports 100th win diecast 164 set. It was when Jeff Gordon brought home Hendrick Motorsports 100th win, and I believe it was at Kansas. And Action Racing Collectibles did an 8-car set of every driver from 1984 to 2001 who got the first win at a race from Hendrick Motorsports. Let's check it out, shall we? So as you can see here, this is the this is what you get first thing when you open the box. Is the 100th victory of Hendrick Motorsports from 1984 to 2001. What is in this tin? Let's open it, shall we? Get ready, folks, because this is very exciting. That is right, folks. This is an 8-car set of Hendrick Motorsports. These drivers getting their first wins from Hendrick Motorsports from 1984 to 2001. And then you guys have the cards of the drivers who got their first win from Hendrick Motorsports. I know I'm repeating myself, but you know what? Screw it. This is a very special, awesome, amazing set. Another Hendrick set that I have. That I finally got. The last one was 2006 6-car set. This is the 100th win set. So here are 8 cars. This is the cards. And what we're going to do is to go over every single one of these cars. Get ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go. So first up, this is Jeff Bodine's 1984 Gambler Chassis Company / Northwestern Security Life Chevy Monte Carlo from Hendrick Motorsports. At that time, it was not named Hendrick Motorsports. It was called All-Star Racing. And this was the driver who brought home not only Hendrick Motorsports' first win, but saved the team. Because apparently the team was gonna shut down because I guess no funding or all that stuff, not enough sponsors or whatnot. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But like Hendrick was told that if their team doesn't win at Martinsville, the team will shut down for good. So if it wasn't for Jeff Bodine winning at Martinsville, the 100th win set would not exist. This video would not exist if it wasn't for Jeff Bodine. So here you get the little card. You got Jeff Bodine himself at Martinsville, and here is the information. You can see, you can pause the video if you want to see this video. And here is the card. So let's take a little look at it. Very, very cool. Oops, kind of underrated because I don't know, I guess it doesn't talk about a lot, but let's just say the scheme is known for keeping Hendrick Motorsports alive. Even Dale Earnhardt Jr. did a throwback test to this paint scheme in 2008 or before. Shit, what the hell? Before he started his Hendrick Motorsports career in 2008. And even Casey Kane did a throwback of this paint scheme in the 2015 Southern 500, and then ran it at the fall race at Richmond and the fall race at Charlotte. And that's all. So this is Jeff Wildine's 1984 Martinsville car that he brought home. Hendrick Motorsports' his first win. In 1986, Genesis Invisible Touch came out from Atlantic Records. This was the second to last album from the Phil Collins era of Genesis. In the NASCAR side, for Hendrick Motorsports, Rick Hendrick expanded his team to a two-car team. Jeff Wildine brought Hendrick Motorsports their first Daytona 500 win in 1986. And the second car was driven by Tim Richmond. This is Tim Richmond's 1986 Folgers Coffee Machines Chevy Monte Carlo. And this is the card. This is Tim Richmond himself. Look at that trophy from the 1986 Pocono race. It was called the Miller High Life 500. And look at the hat. That's a bad job of blurring it to censor it. You could have just colored it red. But nah, it is what it is. So here's a card of the front. And then here's a card of the back, the information from the Pocono race. You can pause it if you want. So here is Tim Richmond, Hollywood Tim Richmond, with an amazing personality. He's one of the most memorable drivers from the 1980s on a racing side and a personal side. Let's just say he had a lot of fun. Let's just say, like a celebrity way. The 80s were something else. Let's just say. He's one of those drivers who had an amazing personality, fun to be with, and all that stuff. Slept with a lot of women. And on the Hendrick side, he was just a winning driver. A very, very good driver. I think he won all his races with Hendrick Motorsports. I know Pocono was his playground because he won a lot of races there. I believe it was 4. I believe it was 4 Pocono wins. Yeah, this was one of the best drivers of the 80s. Unfortunately, Tim Richmond had health issues and then was battling with AIDS. And then he could not race in the 1988 season. And then, sadly, the next year, 1989, Tim Richmond died of AIDS at the age of 34. If Tim Richmond never suffered AIDS, I think he could have won more races with Hendrick Motorsports. And I think he could have even won a championship with Rick Hendrick. Unfortunately, it's just a what if. And one more thing to add. I say this, nobody says this, but feel free to disagree if you want. But Tim Richmond reminds me of Freddie Mercury. Except Tim Richmond was a straight man. Freddie Mercury's gay. Why do I say he's the straight version of Freddie Mercury, or the Freddie Mercury in NASCAR? Not only he was very talented at what he was doing, but Freddie was also had a lot of personalities as well. You may not know this, but this is what I've been told when I was in high school. Someone told me that Freddie had a thing with fat girls. There was a song called Fat Bottom Girls. Apparently it was about him having a thing with girls and all that stuff. Like, I heard like he hid his homosexual side. Like, he didn't admit that he was gay, but when he was performing, like, he wore a lot of outfits that, let's just say, he wore himself, not in a bad way. And people were still cool with it. Can we have those times again when everything was just cool? Like, hey, do whatever. Hell yeah, have fun. But anyway, Tim Richmond had that side too. Not the gay side, but like a fun side. But yeah. Anyway, this was Tim Richmond's 1986 car that he won. His first race was Hendrick Motorsports at Pocono. In 1987, Hendrick Motorsports went from a 2-car team to a 3-car team. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, because I could be wrong at times. Including myself as a Hendrick Motorsports fan. Anyway, so the third driver, Hendrick Motorsports, was Darrell Waltrip. This is Darrell Waltrip's 1987 tied Chevy Monte Carlo. And Darrell Waltrip got his first Hendrick Motorsports win at Martinsville. So this is his card. Here it is. This is himself. And this is the other side, the race stat. You can take a look at it by pausing the video if you want. But yeah, Darrell Waltrip, he's always a threat when it comes to short tracks, no matter what team it was, no matter what manufacturer it was. And no matter what short track it was, he was always a threat no matter what. So this is the iconic Tide Ride. Just look at the colors, it's sexy. One of the most iconic paint schemes of all time. And Darrell Waltrip, I think he was a Hendrick Motorsports driver from 1987, I think through the end of 1990, because he made his own team with Jeff Hammond for Darwall Incorporated. He made a team called Darwall Incorporated. And this paint scheme was iconically remembered from him winning the 1989 Daytona 500. That was Hendrick Motorsports' second Daytona 500 win, and the iconic Icky Shuffle that their Waltrip did. So yeah, that was one of the most memorable Darrell Waltrip moments in Hendrick Motorsports, and ironically, after 17 years of trying. So yeah, this is Darrell Waltrip's 1987 Martinsville car. I just gave you a little history fact about what happened in 1989 when he was with Hendrick Motorsports. He was a pretty good driver, very good driver, but I think his days with Holman Moody and Junior Johnson was iconically remembered. But with Hendrick Motorsports, he was a good driver. On to the next car. So next up, it was the driver that took over Tim Richmond while Tim Richmond was sidelined. In 1988, Ken Schrader took over Tim Richmond's ride in a number 25 Folgers car. This is Ken Schrader's 1988 Folgers coffee machine Chevy Monte Carlo. He got his first Hendrick Motorsports win at Talladega. This is him in victory lane. And as you can see here, here's a little race stats. You can take a pause if you want. So yeah, honestly, I didn't know he got his first Hendrick Motorsports win at Richmond. I know he has 4 career wins, and I believe all of them were from Hendrick Motorsports. His best moments in his career was being a Hendrick driver. And to see this beauty, it's very cool. Little look on the car. Sorry that if I'm like messing up a little, stuttering a little. What? Look at that! I didn't even notice that. Look at the gear shift. The gear stick. Wow, I didn't even know that, to be honest. Anyway, so this is Ken Schrader's car from 1988 that won Talladega. And I'm going to do a little side-by-side with Tim Richmond in 1986. See, it's obviously there's some differences and what's the same. The fonts are different. The paint scheme is a bit different. It's obviously both of them are from the Chevy Monte Carlo cars. This is very cool. But honestly, I like Tim Richmond's ride better. A bit better. But Ken Schrader's cars are good. Like I said, for Tim Richmond, unfortunately, Tim passed away in 1989. But Ken Schrader stayed with Hendrick Motorsports, I believe, until 1996 or 1997. One of those years. But he was a successful Hendrick driver. So yeah, I wish he won more races with Hendrick and other teams. It's a shame that it didn't happen, but hey, he was a solid driver. So yeah, and now we're moving on to the next decade, folks. The 1990s, when NASCAR continued to blow up and grow tremendously. And those were the best times. If you ask me what NASCAR era would I live in forever, it would be the 1990s. Because that's what made NASCAR. An amazing racing sport, racing series. And it's a shame that Brian France ruined it. However, thankfully we got Jim France, and I hope Steve Phelps, hopefully he's helping along to fix NASCAR, because, I don't know, I heard different stuff about him. But anyway, I hope that NASCAR becomes a racing series again with no bullshit gimmicks that we have now. I know I complain about that, but one day I'll do like a whole video about it. Anyway, but in this video we're gonna go on with the second half of the diecast set. And this is going to be on Ricky Rudd's 1990 Levi Garrett Racing Team Chevy Lumina. Ricky Rudd got his first Hendrick Motorsports win at Watkins Glen. So here's the card. Here's the card right here. Here's the other side. You can pause it if you want. Got his first career win, first career Hendrick Motorsports win at Watkins Glen. And then he could have won the 1991 race if it wasn't for the bad call at Sonoma when he took out Davey Allison going to slap shoes. Anyway, so this is Ricky Rudd's car. Honestly, the Levi Garrett car, it looks weird on a Lumina. I'm not really a big fan of the Luminas back in the 90s. I don't know. There was just something I did not like about it. I don't know. Just can't put my finger on it. Especially with this paint scheme. This paint scheme went very well with Jeff Bodine during the Monte Carlo days in the 80s. But there's just something that looks weird about the Levi Garrett paint scheme in Lumina. Anyway, Casey Kane did a throwback at the Levi Garrett paint scheme. But as for Ricky Rudd, he won at Watkins Glen with this car, his first Hendrick win. I don't know what to say about Ricky Rudd's career in Hendrick Motorsports. I'm pretty sure it was good. The only thing I remember of him being in Hendrick Motorsports was his Tide ride. Other than that, I'm not really sure. But I'm sure he was a good driver. Sorry, I do not have any more words to say about Ricky Rudd's Hendrick days. Especially the Watkins Glen car. I do apologize for that. So this is Ricky Craven's 1990 Levi Garrett's racing team that he won at Watkins Glen. On to the next diecast. So next up, we got Terry Labonte's 1994 Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy Lumina. And Terry Labonte got his first win with Hendrick Motorsports at North Wilkesboro. This is the card. This is Terry Labonte at North Wilkesboro with a trophy. There's the stats on the back of the card. You can pause it if you want. And ironically, last night, my good friend NASCAR Nick 2488 posted a video of all of Terry Labonte's North Wilkesboro wins. And ironically, his first Hendrick win was at North Wilkesboro 94. And look what do I have. Also, fun fact, he also has the 101 set. So this is the Carlo Tolu 360. Let's just say I have a lot of Terry Labonte Cornflakes cars. Trust me. I have his 1995 Cornflakes car. His 1996 Halloween car. His 1990... His, what is it? His, Kellogg's Honey Crunch Cornflakes. I believe from 1997. And then his corny Cornflakes cars from 1998. His 1999 car. And then I also have his 2006 Cornflakes throwback on a 6-car set. And his last ride car was part of the Kellogg's throwback on the left side. But yeah, so yeah, I have a lot of Terry Labonte cars. And I'm happy that I added this to my collection. And as for his days with Hendrick Motorsports, I think that's when he was at his best. I know he was a Junior Johnson and other teams, but with Hendrick Motorsports, he won a 1996 championship with them and won a lot of races with them. He was an awesome driver in Hendrick Motorsports. And the Kellogg's cars, very iconic for a reason. And the next driver is also very iconic, let's just say. Woo! Man, oh man, we got 2 more cars to go. I hope you guys are enjoying this amazing video so far. So anyway, this is the driver. Not only made NASCAR well known, and he changed NASCAR while being a rivalry with Dale Earnhardt, and also never thought that we would see a young driver in the Cup Series since Bobby Hillin. This is a young superstar kid named Jeff Gordon. This is Jeff Gordon's 1994 Chevrolet DuPont Chevrolet Lumina. And Jeff Gordon got his first career, not only Hendrick win, but NASCAR win at the 1994 Coca-Cola 600. Very emotional win for a very positive reason. His emotions in the victory lane celebration shows he belongs in NASCAR, and he proved it yet again at the inaugural Brickyard 400 in 1994, and then the rest is history after 94. So this is Jeff Gordon's car that he got his first career win at the Coca-Cola 600. Is there anything different to say about Jeff Gordon in the Rainbow Warriors paint scheme? What else is there to be added with this iconic driver, Hall of Fame driver, with this iconic paint scheme? I don't know what else is there to say differently about it, but it's iconic. It was on a dynasty, and I'm so happy to add Jeff Gordon's 94 car in my collection. I'm excited that I have another Rainbow Warrior car in my collection. If you guys don't know, a couple things. Jeff Gordon's my second all-time favorite driver, and the Rainbow Warriors paint scheme is one of my all-time favorite paint schemes. Like, no matter who runs the Rainbow Warrior paint scheme, no matter how many times it's been run as a throwback race or used as a throwback paint scheme, no matter how many times any different driver, any manufacturer, any team with the number 24, it doesn't matter how many drivers run the Rainbow Warrior as a throwback, I still get excited about it. Like how even tomorrow Jeff Gordon's gonna run the Rainbow Warrior paint scheme at the iRacing North Wilkesboro Speedway, and I'm excited for that. I love that paint scheme. It's very iconic. It's just beautiful, and I'm excited to have this on my collection. And let's just say Jeff Gordon proved that he was one of NASCAR's GOATs, not only in Hendrick, but in NASCAR in general. On to the best for last. All right, here we are, the best for last, and the last driver to win between 1984 to 2001 as a first-time Hendrick winner driver. This driver right here, let's just say he could have won some more races in the 2000 season and the Atlanta 2001 Fall race. Let's just say that. He was a pretty solidly good driver. No bust. However, he was just very unlucky because problems happens, some accidents happens, etc. Honestly, I wish he stayed in Hendrick Motorsports much longer, but god damn, I love this paint scheme so much. This is Jerry Nadeau's 2000 Michael Holligan.com Chevy Monte Carlo. This is when Jerry Nadeau got his first and only career win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And this is his only win. And here's the race stats. Not only it was the last race of 2000, by the way, the race happened on a Monday because of rain. It was the last ever race for Dale Waltrip in the Cup Series, the last race of the original ESPN. And man, whew. And it was the start of the new millennium of NASCAR 2000. And to see, and of course, like, who hasn't seen the Brock Beer Jerry Nadeau video? Like, before that video, all I knew from Jerry Nadeau was the driver who won at Atlanta in 2000, almost won 2001, and nearly died at Richmond 2003. It's very sad that happened. But I never knew that Jerry Nadeau was a winning contender here and there in the 2000 season. He could have won, man. Like, he was so good at the 1.5 mile tracks. And it's very unfortunate that those races he could have won, he did not win. It was just unlucky circumstances. Honestly, I don't know why Rick Hendrick let him go after the 2001 season. Also, he could have won Sonoma in 2002, but we're talking about his Hendrick days. I think Jerry Nadeau deserved a couple more seasons with Hendrick Motorsports after 2001. I don't know. I just feel bad for Jerry because there were some races he could have won. He was a solid driver. I know he was not at the level of Terry Labonte or Jeff Gordon, but I didn't like the way that Rick let him go after 2001. I get it. Performance means everything if you're in the top team. I get that, but he was just unlucky, honestly. Now it's just a what if like Jerry stayed at Hendrick Motorsports much longer? What if Rick Hendrick kept them much longer? Maybe he would still be racing to this day. Maybe he would be at his final season. I don't know. It's just what it is now. But to have Jerry Nadeau in the diecast set, that's amazing. And I love this paint scheme. And I'm happy that Jerry Nadeau was part of the not only the diecast set, but I'm so happy that he's part of the Hendrick Motorsports winning drivers. I don't care if it was 1, I don't care if it was like 5. He's a Hendrick Motorsports winner, a NASCAR winner. Unfortunately, he was just unlucky, and then Richmond happened. Like, it's just, what if he stayed with Hendrick much longer? What if the Richmond accident never happened? Sorry that this I'm so sorry that this was like a depressing way to end the video, but man, this is an amazing diecast and I'm so happy to have it. To have another Hendrick Motorsports 164 diecast set, it really means a lot to me because I am a huge Hendrick Motorsports fanatic. And I've always rooted for this team since when I was into NASCAR. I still root for the team to this day. Even when Jimmy Johnson is not racing anymore, I'm still going to root for my favorite team. It doesn't matter who's there. I will always be a Hendrick Motorsports fan. And this is also my second ever Hendrick diecast set. If you guys didn't know, I got my Hendrick Motorsports 2006 6-car set. Feel free to watch that video. And my goal as a diecast collector for motorsports is to have all of the Hendrick sets, like the 2011 Chevrolet 100th anniversary set, the 5-pack Spin Master, the 2008 Daytona 550th anniversary set. And this will be very rare as hell, but I want the 2007 Hendrick Motorsports 4-car set. And I want the 2017 Darlington Throwback set. I don't care if it takes the rest of my life. I want to do that. And to have this, the 100th win set, it means so much to me. Because Jeff Woldine started the winnings of collecting trophies of Hendrick Motorsports. And also keeping Hendrick Motorsports alive. And then one evolution of the team from the set. And then we got Jimmy Johnson winning, Kyle Busch winning, and then Dale Earnhardt Jr. winning. Oh yeah, Joe Nemechek won with Hendrick Motorsports. And then Kyle Busch, and then Dale Earnhardt Jr., and then Casey Kane, Mark Martin, Casey Kane. I'm trying to go in order. Then Chase Elliott. Then Alex Bowman. So yeah, I always root for Hendrick Motorsports. If there's a driver I hate that goes to Hendrick Motorsports, I'll think about it. Maybe I will root for him just because it's a Hendrick, or I don't know. I really hope William Byron wins for Hendrick Motorsports in real life. I will always be a Hendrick Motorsports fan in NASCAR. And to have this set, it's so special to me. And I'm so happy to have it. I wonder what the 300th win set would look like. I wish they did something with the 250th win set. Unless they do the 100s only, not the 50s. I'm not sure. But yeah. So this is the Hendrick Motorsports 100th win diecast set. And I'm so happy to own this. And before I forget, the hoods do not open. I even checked. I even asked my friend Nick about it. He said they don't. So that's a bummer. But other than that, I'm still happy to own this. And I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to follow my social media accounts. Instagram, I'm EimPress25 and EimPress48_YT. Like my Facebook page, ENASCAR48-E Nation Films. Don't forget to turn on my YouTube channel notifications for more content. Thank you guys for supporting E Nation. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it feels like a bit too long, but I really hope you guys enjoy this 2001 Hendrick Motorsports 101 set. I love it, and I'm so happy to have it. Thank you guys for supporting E Nation, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.